Colorism.
Prejudice or discrimination against individuals with a dark skin tone, typically among people of the same ethnic or racial group.
I have a wish. I wish to remember the innocence I have and felt when I was a child, running enthusiastically, playing tag under the scorching sun, swimming with seal, sunbathing beneath the fairy daylight, and looking up, watching the clouds in awe while basking underneath the blazing sunlight. Those were events that I can still vividly remember that happened, yet I can't reminisce how it felt. How did I even enjoy and love those events when it is under the premise where my skin will get darker and darker every time I do those things? I mean, no one can deny the fact how discriminated the darker tone is, not to mention how privileged people with the lighter tone can be. In particular, the Philippines itself tend to put white people on a pedestal. Society seems to think that people's skin tone represents who he is, his knowledge, beauty, hygiene, and even his status. The lighter the skin, the greater the people would be. I can still remember that my best friend once told me how her relatives supposedly praise her, yet told her that she's pretty, kaso nga lang she has dark skin tone. It is also undeniable that both whitening and any skin protecting products on the market is tremendous. It feels like the culture itself is telling you that there is something wrong with yourself and you needed to change. With those mentioned, how can I still understand how it felt to do those fun activities while basking under the scorching sunlight eagerly? It always felt like every time I get darker, I also gradually lose my place in this unfair society. Well, it's not like we can blame anyone. Life has always been unfair, and with the long history of colonization in our country, and with the white tones being the colonizer, it has long been engraved in the minds of uneducated people that people with white tones is superior. So, on final note, I can say that I've overcome my insecurities of having a dark skin tone. But what I can say is I'm starting to love and appreciate it. And no matter who you are, I also advise that you start appreciating who you are. It is also noticeable that the world around us is slowly changing for the better. Social advocates and activists around the world is campaigning and educating various uneducated people about colorism. I advise everyone to either seek or provide education so that we can all be part of this beautiful change.